Hey guys, and Happy New Year! The New Year started. Yesterday was New Year's Eve, and today is the first day of 2020, a new decade. But first of all, it's a new year, and I have some goals for the new year regarding my art and my career and personal goals. And I thought I would talk about this while showing you what I got over the Christmas break. Some of this are presents. Most of it I bought on my own, just to kickstart some motivation for the new year to do some more art. And over the Christmas break, I actually planned to do a lot of art, and I didn't do any. I guess we all know this, it's getting busy and family stuff and all of that, and I just really didn't feel it, and so I thought, yeah, just take a break. But today I started again, and I will show you the first thing that I got for the new year. I got it by myself, and it's actually the first goal I want to talk about, and it's the biggest goal regarding this channel and my art I'm setting for myself. So first things first. I got myself 5 Elo sketchbooks for the new year. You can see it. I got myself 5 because maybe you know, I live in Germany, and the shipping cost for the Elo sketchbook, which comes from the USA, is really ridiculous. The shipping cost is exactly as much as I paid for the 5 sketchbooks itself. So it made sense to order all 5, because then the shipping cost per sketchbook itself would be lower, I guess. But yeah, I invested in this. It was a little bit more money than I would actually normally spend on sketchbooks, but I always wanted to have an Elo sketchbook, and I actually started today. I did the first page of the first sketchbook today, and it took me a while, and I didn't film it because I don't know about you, but I always have a lot of anxiety for new sketchbooks, and especially the first page. So I thought I would do it relaxed and without someone watching me. And it took me really a while. I was erasing a lot, but I really liked the first page. I can show you maybe. And yeah, and this is actually my first very big goal. I want to fill all of those 5 sketchbooks in 1 year. For some of you, maybe that does not sound like much, but for me it's actually a lot. I usually fill about 1 to 2 sketchbooks a year, big sketchbooks, and a few smaller ones, but never 5 big sketchbooks. I never did that, and I really want to do that, and I'm a bit scared because it's a big jump from usually more like 1 big sketchbook a year. I always have months and months where I don't sketch at all, and I don't want that to happen again. And that's why I have this YouTube channel, why I'm starting it again, because I had a break for 1 or 2 months. Yeah, and I have. So I set myself this challenge to keep myself accountable with this channel and with those sketchbooks, and because I don't want to stop doing art again. I always did that the last few years, so I always just had about 5 to 6 actual months of doing art, and I always stop for 3 to 4 to 6 months not doing art, and then getting back into it is harder every time, and I don't want that to happen again. And if that means I just do one doodle a day, that's fine. But I have those 5 sketchbooks, and I counted the pages, like roundabout, and I think those are 560 pages in total. So for 1 year, that means I have to fill 1.5 pages, or I set myself the goal to fill 2 pages a day, so 1 spread, and I guess that's pretty doable. That could be between half and 1 hour a day, and that's totally fine. I can do that, and I really want to do that. So this is my first big challenge and goal, and I will film that as much as I can. I want, the second goal with this is to at least film 3 videos a month, which also maybe does not sound like much, but maybe I can push that throughout the year. But for now, I think that's realistic to say 3 videos a month, and at least one of those should be a video of me filling a spread in my sketchbook. I don't want to fill the pages with whatever. I really want to try and fill them with quality sketching and working and ideas and fun stuff. So yeah, that's the first goal. So that's exciting. But through the rest of the stuff I will go a little bit faster. This is just the main thing that I want to focus on and that I wanted to show you. So I have all of this stuff here, that's why I'm looking right here. The next thing is a present, a birthday present. Not a birthday present. Tomorrow is my birthday, that's why I'm thinking about that. So if you see this video, I will be 26. So yeah, that's scary. No, a Christmas present from my dad is this book. It's The Art of Animal Drawing by Ken Hultgren. I probably mispronounced that, I'm sorry. But it's very instructional, and I used to have an internship in a theater where we did the stuff for the stage, the painting and everything like that. And my boss in that internship had this book, and I love to look through it. I guess this man is an ex-artist for, or is still, I don't know, artist for Disney, and you can really see the knowledge that is there. He goes through families of animals, like horse family and cat family, big cats and small cats, the dog family, because dogs are very versatile in their looks, and here foxes and everything like that. And I really want to incorporate more animals into my illustrations and drawings because I love animals, and I really love this book and I want to go through it from start to finish. So yeah, that is that. Next thing. So next is just a little bit of smaller stuff. I got I wanted to say pencils, no, brushes. For painting, I really want to do more real painting. Not that digital isn't real, but you know what I mean, physical paint and stuff like that. And in the same vein, I got 2 of those. This is just a palette, and I really like the look. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a fan of minimalism in the philosophical way and also the aesthetic way, and I think that's really aesthetic, and I love to see paint on this, and maybe I will do some photos of that. And yeah, that's just a little bit. So yeah, having things in a certain aesthetic is just a guilty pleasure of mine. And also with that, I got acrylic paint, and it's looking like that, and it's a really beautiful little color palette. Maybe I can show you a little bit better. And that was a little shop where I got that from. It looked very Scandinavian. I don't know if that's Danish or Norwegian. It's not Swedish. It has the O with a line through it, so I don't know. But I really love the color palette. I don't really do a lot with acrylic paint, but I think it would be quite good in the sketchbook, just like gouache would be. And I just couldn't walk past it, and it was €3, so basically nothing for a really sweet little color palette. And I like to have a given color palette because I always overthink color and I don't really get color theory yet, what colors look nice together, so I always go back to have a given color palette. Yeah, next thing from the same shop where I got the paint and the brushes are alcohol markers. I got these 3. Again, I wanted to have a little color palette that goes together. I haven't swatched these yet, and the paints I didn't swatch as well, but I thought that would be nice for the first fill a sketchbook spread, to swatch these colors and maybe use the book and do some animal paintings with this and maybe something with this. So having everything in one video would be nice, I guess. Yeah, but we will see. Next thing is just a kneadable eraser. As you can see, I already used that one. And it's yellow, and I would love to have a white one, but it's getting dirty anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's white or yellow or gray. Gray would be actually better because you can't see it that it's dirty, but yeah, anyway. So next thing are a few more pens. Those are the Tombow brush pens. I got a little bit into hand lettering. I'm not really good by now, but I tried this, and I also have a bullet journal. I don't really do fancy stuff in my bullet journal. It's really nothing interesting at all, but sometimes I try to do some hand lettering in it just to make it a little bit visual interesting. And the first page in my yellow sketchbook also has some hand lettering, and those are just great for that. But I also really like them in sketchbooks because they're just easy to put a little bit more value. So I have 2 shades of gray, then I have a beige taupe tone, and also just a plain black one. And I also finished a black one recently, that's why I got this one. Yeah. So then I got those, the Eagle Line brush pen. They are on water bases, and you can do watercolor with this. I already used those. I saw them on the Instagram page of Loish. I'm pretty sure most of you know who Loish is, because she uses those when she did her Inktovers, and I loved how that looked with the black ink and those more like skin and taupe colors, a little bit pinkish. But I swatched them and they don't really look like the caps. I would have loved to them to be a little bit more or less harsh in value, not as vibrant. I love pastel colors, and they are not really pastel, they are quite vibrant, and I don't really like that, but maybe I can use them just for a few little details or something like that. So yeah. Next thing is my dad made me a advent calendar this year, and he put some vegan chocolate in it because I'm vegan and it's quite hard to find advent calendars just around the city that are vegan, I would have had to purchase one, but my dad said he makes me one, and I'm almost 26, as I said, tomorrow, but yeah, you just get a child again. Your dad says he makes you a advent calendar, and he also put colored pencils in this, and every day had 2 pencils in the calendar, and now I have full set. I already have a few Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencils. They're a bit more artist quality than these ones. Those are more, I would say, student quality, but for sketchbooks they're great, and they have a lot. I have a lot more colors in this one than in the Polychromos, so that's really good. I love it. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. Next thing is my sister got, she made for me a Christmas present, and she really is into sewing and not knitting, what's called the other thing, where you just have one needle. I don't know what's that called in English. Yeah, but she sewed me a bag or a case for my iPad, and it has a little pocket, and on the top you can just clip it so it's shut, because I always am a little bit anxious to put my iPad just like that into my rucksack, my backpack, right? So she made me this bag, and I really love it. I really like it. Yeah, we are almost done. I got myself, we went to IKEA, and IKEA had this three set of cases, and I always can use those because I'm always on the go and have a lot of pencils and chargers. This one is for chargers, I guess. Here are just some of my essential pens that I need for journaling and drawing. And then I have this one. I don't know what I will do with this yet, but I will find something, I think. Yeah, just a small little thing. So, next thing is something very different, nothing to do with art in itself. And that's, I got myself some fabric, those ones, and I got myself some patterns. This is you have instructions in here, and it's Japanese patterns, like those, because I wanted to get myself into some creative stuff that has nothing to do with painting and drawing, just for the moments where I don't feel like it, but I really need some creative outlet. And I haven't sewn anything in the last 6 years, and I used to sew myself skirts and dresses in the 50s style. I had a phase like that in my early 20s, and now I just want to make myself some nice tops and stuff like that, because I'm really into fair fashion and slow fashion, and making your own stuff is, I guess, a good way to do that. And I also always have really specific ones in my clothing. I really want them to be a certain way, and to find those exactly like that is really hard. So I just will do them myself, so I can have exactly what I want. So yeah, that's that. And then, last but not least, I have a big present that my dad got me for Christmas, and that's this bad boy, and I will show you what that is. So here's the little canvas. Maybe you can guess already what it is. A little stand, a little, how you can call it, a case. How do I do it? Oh yeah, right, I got it. And in here is my very first own set of oil colors. I never used oil colors. Yeah, that's not really true. I accidentally used them when I was about 6, I guess, and my mom thought it was acrylic paint, and my mom hated oil paints. She just hated it. She was a true acrylic painter, and for the longest time I just ingrained that belief in myself. But at the moment I am really into portrait painting, and portrait painting is just really good with oil paint because you have the time to blend the colors. And yeah, so I told my dad that I wished for an oil painting set, and he got me one, a student quality one, because when you start you don't want to have the most expensive paint, of course. Paint, not pain. What was that? Of course. Yeah, and I'm really intimidated by that. And that's actually my last goal, to get out of my comfort zone. I have been living in my comfort zone in every shape or form in my life for the last 6 months, and I guess I needed that. I needed a break from challenging myself, because the last few years were really challenging in my life. But I realized that if you don't go out of your comfort zone, you start to believe that you can't do things, and I don't want to believe that. And I want to try oil colors. And for some of you that maybe sounds a bit ridiculous, especially if you have been painting with oil colors. But it's not about the oil paint, it's about everything in general. I want to achieve things and prove myself that I can do things. I want to prove myself that I can fill 5 sketchbooks. I want to prove myself that I can sew my own clothes. And I want to prove myself that I can do oil painting. And maybe some of this won't stick, maybe some of this won't be for me, be it the oil painting or the sewing. Maybe I'm just not into it anymore, but I at least want to try. That's what all of this is about. So yeah, if maybe you're interested in seeing myself improve and grow over the next few months, maybe subscribe and give it a like or something like that. That's still awkward for me to ask for that. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. This is for me, and maybe for some people who need that as well. The message of try to grow. And yeah, I want to talk about a few different topics in the next few weeks that are very important for me, and maybe help some of you. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I hope you will have a really great 2020, a great decade, and I wish you a great day. So bye.